Hi there, welcome to my cooking class today where we're going to talk about how you can make everyone happy at the appetizer table with a vegetarian or vegan dish. And what we're going to do today is we're going to focus on making our creamy garlic hummus. Now, as you can see, I've already started the cooking class because I've got some onions sauteing here. So we're just not gonna have some creamy garlic hummus. We're gonna have caramelized onion garlic hummus. All right, so here's some neat little ideas for you. First off, I'm not sure if you've ever made hummus, but the outer skin of the chickpeas tends to be something that just will not make a creamy hummus. So here's the tip that you need to do. So whether you're steaming your own chickpeas or not, the magic comes in boiling your chickpeas. So even if it's store-bought, what you're going to do is you are going to use a multi-purpose pot like this. You're going to fill it up to the 6-cup measurement right in here with water, and you're going to drain your chickpeas, and you're going to retain about 1/4 cup of the remaining juice that's in there, okay, the liquid. Now, once you've got your chickpeas in there, you are going to add a secret ingredient. What is it? Baking soda. Yes, you're just going to use our 4-in-1 spoon and add a little bit of baking soda in that, and you are going to cook it on the stove until it cooks it and makes it nice and sweet. Now, the baking soda will actually almost dissolve the outside of the shell. Well, it'll certainly release it from the actual chickpea. And then what you're going to do is just drain it with our strainer that's built right in here, right? Drain it and run cold water in it and then swish it around a bit. And what's going to happen is most of the outer shell will actually loosen off and come off, and you want to remove those skins because that makes all the difference in the world to your creamy hummus. Okay, so if you're looking for this is the 8-cup multi-purpose pot. We also have a larger one, which is the 12-cup pot as well. Okay, so once you've got that done, we're just going to put it inside either a food processor or a Vita mixer or a Blendtex or whatever you've got. And now we're going to start adding our ingredients. Now, I'm also, as I mentioned, going to put in caramelized onions. And you might notice that these are red onions. So here's the fun food fact for today's cooking class. What kind of onion do you use to caramelize? So when you do sweet caramelization, so you get that nice, jammy, intense flavor, you need to cook your onions low and slow. It is not something you're wanting to rush. But if you do have to rush, the fun food fact is if you use a yellow or a sweet vanilla onion, it will caramelize faster. I, on the other hand, want a more rustic charcuterie board tomorrow when my guests come, so I am actually doing red onion. Now, the easiest way to cut your onion is to use our 4-in-1 mandolin. Now, I've got the blade in here that actually slices and dices. You can maybe see that it's got the blades right in here. You make sure that you use the finger guard, put your onion in there, and we are literally going to just slice this off. And look at how it slices and dices so easily. Isn't that great? So you can just be adding this to your fry pan in a matter of, gosh, seconds. Okay, let me just clean up my mess here. All right, so what we're going to do now, well, this is just sort of finishing sauteing and getting that nice caramelization. Let's get our hummus going. So with any traditional hummus, we've got to have some really good seasoning. And of course, that's what this jar is all about. It's got everything packed all inside it just for you. And there is directions on the outside of the jar to make a creamy garlic hummus. Of course, you know me, I never follow instructions, but I am going to use this as my base to roughly give me an idea of what I'm going to do. So I've got my chickpeas in my mixer. Don't know if you you can see that. Let's turn it a little bit. Okay, we got that in our mixer. We're going to put our reserved liquid. Now, you can add some tahini. I love tahini. If you don't have tahini on hand, you know what works? Peanut butter. Just put a little bit of peanut butter. Tahini is just your sesame paste. Now, not all sesame pastes are created equally, so make sure that you look at the package, and if there's an expiry date or best before date, that's really important. We're going to use our 4-in-1 spoon, and we're going to put some of our, I know you guys can't see this very well. Let me just move this right out of my way. That might help a little bit. Okay, we're just going to add the seasoning into here. And I like adding a little bit of lemon juice, get some little citrus going on in here. So where's my knife? Citrus press. Okay, and the easiest way to get your onions so it's not too hard to squeeze is give it a good rock and roll on your counter. So you're squeezing it up a little bit. That'll loosen the membrane using our ceramic knife. You saw how nicely that chops. Make sure you always keep it in the blade so you don't cut yourself, but also so you don't damage the blade. And we're just going to squeeze some lemon. Now when you're using this is our citrus press. Notice the holes are on the bottom, so you want to have the open side cut down. And this is going to literally squeeze inside out. We're gonna just add some lemon juice in here. Lastly, I like adding a little bit of oil. And then we're going to add our onions in here. And you're going to add salt and pepper, of course, on this as well. And you're just going to season to taste. So this is going to require you having multiple, I love these little spoons, multiple little spoons on hand so you can keep sampling until you get the exact flavor that you want. It's a little bit of trial and error. So let's get our onion in here now. And we're just going to give this a good little pulse. Get my lid on here. Okay, so let's just give this a little taste and see how our seasoning is going. Okay, so one more thing that I think I'm going to add to this, because I want a bit of a smoky flavor, is putting in some of my smoked Spanish paprika. Now this has that really nice, I don't know, like a fire flavor, and this is going to be super, super tasty, just to add a little bit more of that rustic flavor that I want to get in here as well. Just give it one more little quick little pulse and we're good to go. All right. So how easy was that to make your appetizer? So let's just pull this out. Take one more test here. Absolutely perfect. Okay, so you can see how creamy this is. All you need to do now is get a nice little bowl and get this creamy hummus out here and serve it with cut out pita bread. You can crisp it in the oven with maybe our herb and garlic dip. You can drizzle a little bit of olive oil on top of here to make it look a little bit more authentic. If you held back a couple of your chickpeas, you could set that on top. And if you had a little bit of parsley, you could just put that on top as well. So let's just put a little bit of oil in here. I am going to chop up a little parsley. Perfect. And there you have your roasted garlic hummus. Absolutely delicious. No one's going to care that it's vegan only. This chickpea is so good for you. And this, made with our creamy roasted garlic hummus, is going to be absolutely perfect, even if you put caramelized onion in it. So I hope you enjoyed today's appetizer for entertaining for the holiday season. Take care, everyone. Have a fabulous day, and come back again for another quick tip on how to make fabulous meals in your kitchen in literally minutes. Bye for now. Hi, and welcome to today's cooking class, where we're going to do a fun little appetizer. We're going to make a dip for our charcuterie boards, a healthy one that's going to be really nice so that guests are not maybe filling up on so many calories, and maybe we're not having to worry about, oh my gosh, shedding those extra pounds in the new year. So today's cooking class is going to feature cucumbers. Of course, what are we making? Tzatziki. Yes, so the actual recipe for tzatziki, if you want the basic recipe, is right on our lemon dilly dip jar. And as you can see, recipes right on here. The ingredients in here are just really basic, but perfectly seasoned for tzatziki. It's got dill, herbs, garlic, onions, black pepper, and of course, lemon. Now, we're going to up the ante. I mean, anyone can just follow directions on a jar, but you know me, I'm going to add a little bit more seasoning. That's why I'm a spice gal. And so let's learn how I'm going to make the tzatziki. Okay, so we'll start out with the fun food fact, our cucumber. Have you ever heard the saying, cold as a cucumber? Well, the saying actually comes from the fact that there's a difference between the inside and, of course, the outside of a cucumber. What could be the difference? Well, if you can believe, there can be a 20-degree difference between the outside of a cucumber and the inside of a cucumber. So there you go, cold as a cucumber. Now, cucumbers are super good for you. They've got vitamin B1, 2, 3, 5, 6, iron, oh my gosh, folic acid, and so many more ingredients. And yet, these little sweet things actually have 95% liquid in them. Now you'll notice that I'm actually using my ceramic knife, and I am slicing the inside, the seeds, away from the outer side. And why do I do that? Well, I actually love the tenderness of having seeds in my tzatziki. So I will leave this, the outer part, for, of course, my Greek salad. And if you're looking for a fun little charcuterie board idea, for your Greek salads, you could do a deconstructed cucumber salad with cherry tomato, red onion, and of course your cucumber slices. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically chop roughly about a half a cup of these seeds, and it doesn't take much. I mean, really, like I said, 95% of this is water. So once we've got them chopped into some nice little chunks, we are going to strain as much liquid as we can out of this, because we want our tzatziki to be, well, I like having it stick to whatever I'm putting on and not be a runny mess that just goes on top of chicken. So we're gonna basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to put this in a strainer. If you have a strainer, that's great. And we're gonna squeeze out as much liquid as we can. Now, if you don't have a little strainer, not to worry, you could literally just press this with paper towel and squeeze out as much moisture as you can. But there is a lot of moisture, especially in the seeds here. So look at how much juice or liquid has come out of that. Now, what else is cucumbers good for? Well, believe it or not, cucumbers are actually good for bad breath. If you suffer from bad breath, what you can do is get a slice of cucumber and hold it to the roof of your mouth for about 30 seconds with your tongue. And believe it or not, the chemicals in the cucumber will actually dissolve or help remove those problematic bacteria that are at the back of your mouth causing that bad breath. So, hey, always good to have cucumbers on hand, right? It's also good for sunburns. Not that we've got any sunburns happening here in the middle of winter. Yes, yesterday we had crazy enough of probably about 6 inches of snow. That's abnormal. Okay, so let's start getting this all together. So you can put yogurt, sour cream, mayo, whatever you want. I'm using a combination of sour cream, putting my drained cucumbers in there. I'm going to put my yogurt, and this is Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt. This is, I don't know if you noticed this, but this is my little 3-in-1 spatula. And I find this spatula is just perfect because it's easy to get into all sorts of little jars. Okay, so we're gonna add our lemon dilly mix. And because I like having garlic, and I just love this roasted garlic aioli, oh my gosh, I always have to smell it. It's one of my favorites. This goes a really long way. The flavor is super, super intense. So I'm just going to use just a smidgen on the back side here. Not very much. And a good tzatziki always has a good amount of garlic. So this is when our pantry basic, our minced garlic is going to come handy. Now, half a teaspoon is equivalent to 1 olive, or sorry, not an olive, good grief. I am totally thinking Greek. Half a teaspoon is the equivalent to 1 garlic clove. So on the back side of your 4-in-1 spoon is your half teaspoon. We're going to add that in. And last but not least, we are going to add some sea salt. That will bring out some of the flavor in there. Okay, there's one more thing I'm going to add in here, and that is our lemon. But I'm going to just give this a good little stir because I want to roughly know how much lemon I'm going to add, because you are not going to put a full lemon in here. You might not even put half a lemon. So let's just grab a little taste here and see how I'm coming with flavor. Okay, perfect. All right, so with our lemon, give it a good roll on your countertop. That loosens the membranes, makes it a little bit easier for you to squeeze. Make sure you've washed it in advance, because when you use our 2-in-1 citrus press, you're literally going to be squeezing the juice out, but you're also going to be getting the natural essence of the oil that's in the skin into your dish as well. So you guys always know to wash your food anyway, right? Okay, so we're just going to give this, I'm going to give it about a half a squeeze. I don't want too much because there's actually quite a good flavor going on already. And then we'll just mix this up. Now that extra lemon juice made it a little bit thinner, which is why I like the thicker sour cream in here versus mayonnaise. All right, so there you have it, guys. This is our tzatziki. Let me just give one last taste here. Bring on the appies. You can serve this with cucumber slices, celery, carrots, so it's all healthy. You can put it on pita bread. You can use it for a veggie dip. You can actually use this on top of your chicken. So remember, these appies are so tasty. It'll cut back on the calories over the holiday season. And this is something that I think your friends and certainly your waistline is going to absolutely love. So I hope you enjoyed today's cooking class with my easy garlic tzatziki. Take care, everyone, and stay tuned. I'm going to be putting this all together in a really nice charcuterie board in the really near future. Bye for now.